Alright, let's go underway. Now, first, we're going to skip some cutscenes because this game has actual full-blown cutscenes. Okay, don't do that. So, the main thing you're going to see us do is rev rolling everywhere. Because it's just a very fast movement technique. Think of it as the equivalent of like a spin dash for like a Sonic game. Wow. You're also going to see a different mechanic in this game. This is exclusive to this Pac-Man World game. Like, if you're familiar with Pac-Man World games, you're going to see the butt bounce, you're going to see the rev roll. The flutter jump is very new to this game. As for why they put it in, it's very curious, because there's no jump in this game that it's really, really necessary, but they put it in, so like all speedrunners will, we're going to utilize it. That was a little spooky. So, that's the end of the first level. Really, this whole run is going to be getting to the end of each level, and then there's going to be some bosses in the mix. If you're familiar with the original game, because this is a remake of the original game on the original PlayStation, in the old version, we needed to save all the friends to actually be able to unlock the final level in the game, Pac-Man. In this game, you don't have to. Unlocking Pac-Man now is just done through beating all the levels, not through saving all the friends. So, it's a little bit risky to do, though, because in this game, for some reason, they made the boss fights incredibly unforgiving. So there's a risk involved with not collecting any of the friends in the run, because they give you health in the final boss fight. Use some of these barrels. I completely forgot how this level worked. I'm sorry. Oh, hang on. Oh, that was bad. You're supposed to collect the banana in here. It just completely slipped my mind. There we go. So something really important you're also going to see is that we have 2 timers for this game. Due to modern games just having, different forms of lag, depending on your console, your computer specs, what have you. This is not the level it's supposed to be in. No, we're gonna do this way anyways. So, because of that, we have a loadless timer and an RTA timer. The streams are synced based off of the RTA timer, but our final time and who wins is going to be determined by the loadless timer. We are all running on PC, so we have a loadless timer accessible to us. thanks to our lovely community. Oop. Safe here. Oop, jeez. Cycles can be kind of tricky, so I'm not trying to push it. Oh. Oop. Yeah, if you see something weird happen, it's totally normal. I promise you. It's a Pac-Man world game. It has its jank, like all of them do. Whether it was 20 years ago or 2 months ago. If it's a Pac-Man world game, there will be jank. It's just the Namco flavor, man. So I'm not saving Puka. So I'm going to be attempting to do Pac-Man without any kind of... I'm going to be doing Pac-Man without any of the friends. At least that's the route I plan to do. Let's see if it bites me later. It might not. Phantasma's having a little bit issue with the cycles. I'm telling you, they're really brutal. Really, really brutal. So here we go. HMS Windbag. This fight is honestly largely RNG in the half where you actually fight them. Unlike the original game, we can't actually like hit them several times in a row. You have to wait for their hit animation to finish, and then you have to actually then hit them. How they shoot is kind of predetermined. The main random thing is that you have to hit buttons so that the trampoline that bounces the cannonballs back get reflected back. However, the buttons that you're allowed to push are all random. So we'll see how luck treats us both. Sometimes it can take a bit too. It's really easy just to lose a bunch of time in here just because buttons are not being kind. That was close. It's not so much of a problem in this phase, it's more so in the second phase. Because there'll be a lot more buttons to choose from, and then therefore a higher probability that you're not going to get convenient buttons. These aren't bad so far. The important part is that I'm not missing any. Let's see. Now we got 5 to work with, so now here's where it's really a problem. AC. I hit him with 2, and I didn't get any of them. What? Okay, it just completely missed trampoline there. Whoop. There we go. Even if it is less RNG than the original game, the problem stems from the fact that in the first game you can kind of circumvent some of it with hitting them several times. I can see this is just not good. Wow, that kind of sucks. There we go. And done. Oh, first place is 100% consistent. Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, we're hitting Manic Mines next. Not Manic Mines, Crisis Cavern. I can't read. So, this is the second world of the game. And it's a whole bunch of mines. Oh, jeez. What? Okay. So, this level, this world is not necessarily hard, but it's really easy to take a lot of damage here. There's traps and enemies all over the place. Ah, I messed up. I was trying to use the falling platform as something to stand on as I'm rolling, but didn't last. Yeah, there's pressure plates, spiders, spike traps. Oh my. Anything that you could think of that would exist in a mine, it's here. Oh. Oh yeah, that is something I forgot to mention. There is tokens in each level that are meant for you to hit the slot machine at the end. And they waste time. It's really easy to lose a lot of time to the slot machine in this game. And hopefully, me and Phantasma can deal with minimal token grabs. Because it feels demoralizing. Yep. Some half steps you can rev roll up. That one you cannot, because that's not a half step. Something also important to mention about that half-step thing is that if you've been keeping up with the game, there was an update for this game. For that, it had some kind of changes to the soundtrack and performance, and it also had the Chogokin and the Jukebox DLC. It kind of broke some stuff with the update. Ramps are a little bit more jankier. Ramps are a little bit more jankier. You can't go up half steps. And they added more invisible walls to the game in a game that is filled with way too many invisible walls. So for some reason, someone at Namco was like, yo, those things that you can't see that we just limit the player, let's do that. You know, our community loves that. So, so they added more of those. For the sake of the speedrun, though, it doesn't affect, like, too much to warrant, like, a ban or like, a category leaderboard split or anything like that. So, in this tournament, myself included, you'll likely see, many of us have, the older version, not the current version of the game. Because the time difference is just not large enough for it to warrant a divide. I'm trying not to play too reckless here, because it's really easy to just throw runs away in these levels. This game's not necessarily hard as a speed game, but there are many times where you can just, you know, mess up, and then it just kind of gets worse. Like, dramatically worse. Alright, time for Anubis Rex. This boss is Nightmare Fuel in the original game. It's a really hard boss for kind of no reason. In this game, thankfully, they turned it down, but then you still have the problem with this game that none of the bosses are forgiving. There's no mid-boss checkpoint in any of these bosses, which is kind of nuts if you really think about it. So, I've definitely lost plenty of runs to this boss. Let's hope today is not one of them. Coin. There we go. That's the first part. This is like the actual boss now, though. Welcome to Anubis Rex. How tough are you? So the goal of this boss is to hit these spinning rev platforms to lower his defenses, and then hit the crystal that's being blocked in that hole. Actually, I'm gonna grab this health, please. Nope, no health. Yeah, so you just have to do this, but as the fight goes on, more stuff starts getting in your way. That is awful luck. More stuff starts getting in your way, and the platforms start dropping, like so. That is in such a horrible place. Yeah, so this is the boss. It just gets worse. Thank you. Does the token ever disappear? I hope so. Hello, token. That thing does not want to go away. Alright, so now I can't reroll to these anymore, so now we have to actually jump. Tornadoes. Nice. These don't go away. I'm convinced they don't. I'm gonna wait for the tornado. Okay, good. Honestly, it's not worth it. It's not worth fighting over. It's not worth fighting out how to get over that. I'm just gonna take it. I don't want to try to. I'm gonna focus a little bit here because it's really easy for this laser to just destroy you. Hopefully, in a perfect world, I finish all 4 of these platforms before the next laser comes out. Okay, thankfully. Alright, I think we're good here. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, good. Honestly, I'm okay with this. I mostly just didn't want to die. Oh, really? I thought that was just in the old game. Wow. I know on the original game it's really consistent. It's still hard, though. Yeah, so this would be prevented if I didn't grab that token. But it's okay. We're fine. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the space world. One of the best worlds in this game. Awesome music, awesome level design. Let's go. It's also a lot more chill. Okay. These metal enemies are enemies that you can only kill with the Chrome power-up. Therefore, they're just really obnoxious to deal with quickly, so it's just better to ignore them as much as possible. It's a life. No, it is not. I might pick up a little bit more extra lives along the way, just in case, but I'm not too worried about it, honestly. Oh. Ah, I tried it. It was an attempt. Yeah, ramps are really finicky in this game, and I'm not really exactly sure why. You can make this gap, but it's a little tight. Not that tight, but it's a little tight. That's not what I wanted. I thought that was life. Oh, jeez. So, here's, like, a part of the game where you have to kind of, like, take the elevator up. We're not doing that. Pac-Man? Pac-Man, please. Thank you. Nope, I confused the levels. This is the life. There we go. My heart. Oh, my heart stopped there. That is for sure. We got one more ghost level, not ghost level, space level before we fight the boss. It's kind of interesting. So, the mining world, the ruins world, is the only world in the game with, oh, okay. is the only world in the game with only 2 levels on a boss, instead of the 3 levels on the boss. Okay. That's because there was, in the original game, there was a level that was cut. It was called Cookie Crypt, I think it is. Sadly, it didn't make a return here, but it's pretty interesting. I know in the original game there exists remnants of it. Highly recommend you look into it. It's really fascinating. That's why Manic Mines is just such a long level, because it looks like parts of that level and what parts of Manic Mines and what was once Cookie Crypt got kind of merged into one level. Probably due to the time constraints. King Galaxian. This was a shmup level in the first game. In this game, they kind of just took the idea of like a shmup and was like, you know what, let's make it more of like a bullet hell instead. There we go. And then these power pellets give you a powered up shot. We can't really do anything about these cutscenes, so. You know. So this is the only auto-scroller-like level in the game. It's relatively short. It has one of the best songs in the game. King Galaxian's fight song is so good. And, yeah. Kind of another fun fact. In the original game, you had to actually mash it repeatedly. Thankfully, they completely got rid of that, because it was an arm breaker for sure. It's way too many shots to be taking in the original game for you to be pressing every single bullet. It was just kind of absurd. Carpal tunnel, yeah, exactly. I remember I once tried a one-handed run of the original Pac-Man world, and this was just kind of the level that just made me give up. That was a nightmare. I do not wish to relive that. Woo. Right. Boss time. Now, the way King Galaxian works is that there is several eyes that you need to shoot. These 4. And then it goes into this tail phase. Where you just dodge everything and shoot at the tail. And then it just kind of rinses and repeats after that. Eventually, for each of these tail phases, you'll get a power pellet. And then just shotgun it. Like that. And then you get to use some of this. Not as much as I would like it to. I would have liked it to, but that works. Yeah, I know the fruit kind of wastes a bit of time. I'm grabbing it for the sake of some lives. To be a little bit more safe. I'm gonna actually wait a little bit. So I can use it a little bit more on the eyes. Yeah, like that. There we go. Yeah, no, generally getting points in this game is kind of just a bad idea. In King Galaxian, though, it's kind of convenient for the sake of lives. Because it's an auto-scroller, so it's not, like, horrible. It's like, the space levels are just kind of your friends for actually getting 1-ups in this game. Okay. No, that's them. To the funhouse area. Alright, so now this is one of the more complex levels in terms of just raw platforming. A lot of spinning platforms, a lot of weird gimmicks. This is a very strange world, just for all the very unique gimmicks it has. You're gonna see a lot of them. And just skip these jumps. Nice. Good game. Ooh. Oh. Oops. That was great. Oh, man. There is a very kind of dumb way to skip these 3 switches for the staircase, but it's kind of really random. I'm not sure the exact consistency behind it, but I know it's not easy, though. Oops. Die. Play a little safe here. Oh, jeez. Alright, we're good. For now. Oops. Alright, and that's first level. That's just gonna give you an idea of what's to come, because it's, trust me, it's only gonna get worse. At least in terms of just like platforming, it only gets worse. This level is actually this world in particular is easily one of the more brutal ones. That's largely due to its intense platforming and stage gimmicks. Oh. Nice. You can't jump over that. Lesson learned. We're gonna need that lemon. If I can do it, we have an interesting trick coming up here. Oh, okay. Good game. Also, this is one of the jankiest ramps in the game. Good. We're gonna jump up here. We're gonna skip a little sequence. Oh. What? What did I bonk, game? Inform me when you're bonking me instead. Should be able to make this. I'm gonna grab this checkpoint for safety. Oh, I couldn't even see. Nice. And this is why I grabbed the checkpoint. There we go. That's fine. Ah. Yeah, no, if you made the cycle, you wouldn't have to wait here for this. Sadly, I didn't, though. I'm gonna try to make this one, though. Hey, there we go. This game was on PS1. This is the remake for it. The original version was on PS1. You're correct. Alright, it's been dizzy. This is the worst one of the three. By a mile. The next thing is, though, throughout this level, though, we're going to skip some switches that let you progress through the level by moving platforms. And instead, what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually just be jumping to those platforms without that. Which also stops them from spinning, which, frankly, actually makes the level, like, a little bit easier. So now none of these are spinning and don't affect you at all. If you're playing this game casually and this level's giving you a hard time, this is actually the easier way to play the level. I'm not kidding. Oh, that was, depth perception at its finest. We're gonna come up here. Oh. Just to skip this platform. Or skip turning on this platform. Now, sadly, we can't do one of the legendary skips up here, but we are gonna take a small shortcut after we hit the switch to turn on all these hammers. So we at least don't have to go completely around. But it's not like the first game where you get to climb up on the railing and then you have to do a mandatory shout out to Sky. Yes, I said mandatory. You don't have a choice. Ah, damn. Yeah, so now all these platforms are off because we didn't hit any of the switches. Oh, that hit me over there? I honestly thought I was out of range. We're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna try to grab this top. Oh. And then hit the switch. This just saves us having to go all the way around at the bottom and hit the switch from that, the switch all the way down at the bottom to take us to this floor. Saves a little bit of time. Now, this jump is deceptively a little bit tricky to not hit this text box for Pac-Baby. It's a little bit... It's like you have barely enough space to actually cut that corner without triggering the text box. So thankfully, I got that with no hassle. Alright, Clown Pre. Take a wild guess what kind of level this is. If you're gonna guess that it was karting, you'd be right, but at the same time, you probably cheated. The whole thing here is that you fill up this meter that allows you to boost. Like that. And then you just win in a race. I guess the goal, I'd want to hit at least under 140 seconds. You can do better than that, but I'll gladly take if I hit like 136 or something. One thing that very much confuses me about this game is why it's in first person. And if you've played the original Clown Free, this level's atrocious. In the original level, you, in the original game, you slip around like ice, and you control the game, you control the cart from an overhead perspective. And I remember the controls being finicky, but it's been a minute, so don't count me on that one. Don't quote me on that. Getting the power pellet allows for invincibility, like against these bombs and from carts having to bump into you. Oh, that was kind of trolly. So it's really convenient. Oh, okay. That was close. I'll gladly take this. 136. I'll take that. I will take it. Now there's just gonna be a bunch of stuff in your way. It's actually just faster to go around it. Like that. Oh, don't miss it though. It's faster if you don't miss it. Oh, man. Alright. Onto the factory levels. Now, these ones are pretty interesting. We're gonna do some death abuses in these levels. Or at least one of them. These levels are actually kind of really annoying. You just tend to lose life constantly, and these things, these spark plug thingies, are actually the worst enemy in the game. I don't care what your opinion is. These are the worst enemies in this game. It's not a contest. They have jank hitboxes, they're put in really dumb spots, they're put all over the place. They're the worst enemy. And we're gonna see them plenty more. They were bad in the original game, and they're just as bad, if not worse, actually. Yes, both players are on PC. I'm gonna just do a little skip there. I was not prepared to revel in that direction. That was weird. Alright, that's the first one done. Alright, under pressure time. Ba-da-da-dum. Oh. I don't think I've ever fell in that hole before. Whoops. Do it again. Cool. I'm gonna try this like once or twice. I'll try it again. No, I think I have to rev roll before I get to it. But yeah, so we have to wait for this to go down. We have to wait for this to go up, and then it's gonna go back down again, and then it's gonna go up again. Depth perception. That's what that was. Get it. Alright, we're good. Oh, man. This level. Yeah, I think because of the deaths I had, some of these cycles are a little messed up. You can make these and not wait nearly as long. I'm grabbing myself. Now here we got the drills. My least favorite part about this stage. They're really big. They get in the way. They're rather annoying. And you're on these conveyor belts. I'm gonna try to get this medal here. Oh. I don't think now this is gonna work. The whole point of getting the medal was to hopefully... Yeah, no. Because soon we're gonna be coming up underwater. And then I would be able to butt bounce and then get sunk into the water really deep. But that thing crushing me right as I got the medal, that just killed it right there. Starts with the jank hitboxes, dodge all the fire pipes. Yeah, I neglected to mention, swimming in this game is completely different than what it used to be in the old game. In the old game, you had a swimming button you had a button for swimming up and for swimming down. In this game, you just press the jump button to swim, and it's kind of like a 2D Mario game where you kind of you press the jump button and he kind of swims up a little bit, and then to descend, you just go down. That's just another thing on the list of changes that we have no idea why they were made. I'm gonna try to skip this checkpoint because we're gonna have to double back here in a second. So I would like... Nope. So I was going to just die on purpose instead, but no. The checkpoint hitboxes are unfortunately like really big, so it's a little bit of a hassle to avoid them, but it's nothing too bad. Unfortunate, but it's okay. Maybe Phantasmal can show it off. So yeah, we'd be spawned right before that platform collapsing. That was not there anymore. Leave me alone, game. Oh, this is kind of terrifying. Because there's one of these spark plug things. There we go. Alright, we're good. Alright, down the tubes. This level used to be, like, really, really obnoxious. And especially in the speedrun, we have to do a whole bell door skip. But in this game, because we don't have to save the friends, we actually don't have to worry about the majority of this level. Because the majority of this level's design is kind of in the bottom half underwater to get the key to save the friend. But that's just not relevant in this game, unless you're running the all friends category or 100%. Oh. So it's, once again, puzzling as to why that change was made, but nonetheless, here we are. Just gonna skip a couple of these ref platforms. Okay. These steam pipes have really annoying cycles now. It's really easy to just lose way too much health. Especially in this one. Or no, it was one at the side of the level. Oh, hello. Help, I forgot how to play this game. So the majority of the level would be spent going way down to get a bell to come back up. But, nope. You don't need your family in this game. Alright, so next we have Chrome Keeper, who has the best song in this game. So what I'm going to be doing is you have to rev roll into him. But the neat thing is that it doesn't matter whether you have the Chrome power-up or not. You can just rev roll into him. There is a way to rev roll into him without the Chrome power-up at all. However, that's kind of difficult. But you can get away with just doing 2 hits. So I'm going to hit him with the Chrome power-up and abuse the invincibility of it. And then as it's running out, I am going to rev roll into him a second time. And then do it 6 times, and then, or do it 3 times, because it's only 2 hits per phase, and you should be golden. Oop. So, we're gonna go... Oop. Unless you get stuck. That's 1. Wait a bit. 2. And back away. And it just gets harder to dodge things as the fight progresses. Spark plug. Grab the chrome. Ignore the missiles. Break off the magnet. Wait for him. And run away. Yeah, the Chrome Keeper song is so good in. Now, he's gonna shoot these giant lasers, but it's kind of sad about these lasers because they have a massive blind spot. So we could just wait. And now we wait for the Chrome power up again. The Chrome power-up is a consistent spawn, so it's really easy. Just memorize where the 3 spawn, and then you're good. And that's Chrome Keeper. Oh, why is it displaced? Forgot it was displaced. Whoops. Alright, and that's the final world unlocked. So, this just in, I'm finally paying attention to my splits. I'm almost 2 minutes ahead of my PV, so I'm playing shockingly well. That's good. So here's a song that they murdered. It's sad. If you know, you know. What? Okay. It's still not bad though. It's still a good song. Why is there a wall there? Why was there an invisible wall there when I tried jumping towards where I'm supposed to go? Game? There's multiple sections where I'm going to be using the bats as platforms instead of these platforms, because these platforms are kind of weird. And then the bats are jerks. So. That was just completely my fault. No, we're not playing in easy mode. Easy mode's not allowed for this tournament for several reasons. It implies numerous changes to the game. It fills in like all the gaps. It gives you a 20-second flutter as opposed to a 1-second flutter. I'm not kidding. We counted that. And makes a couple changes to the bosses. Like, for example, the easy Clown Free has just instant recharge boosts. So you kind of just zoom. It's really, really obnoxious. Oh, wow. So, for that reason, we aren't doing easy mode. It has its own separate leaderboard, though, if you'd like to run it. Oh, just... Let's go to this bat. I thought I was gonna hit that. Ah, that sucks. Okay. I kept that butt bounce going for so long because butt bounces are really slow in this game unless you specifically unless you specifically do 3 in a row. Then you could do them much faster. It's a very strange change, but going up the ramps is kind of silly with the way you're intended to do so. The platforms are kind of really sketchy. The bat hitboxes are huge, so sometimes it's just nice to just plow through it with the butt bounces. Creepy catacombs. So it's kind of interesting. If you look at the top right, this is called a mansion. This whole like area, but all we've seen is cemeteries. And in the original game, that was true. So they turned this level into a mansion, which is a change I am so down with. I'm gonna be honest. I like this change a lot. It's the same exact level, just has a complete aesthetic overhaul. One that I appreciate, though. And it's the only level like this in this world. So that means they made all of these models for this one world, which is kind of crazy. Or for this one level, I'm sorry. Oh, I was not down there, sir. Okay. Calm down, game. I'd be really cautious here because it's really easy to lose a bunch of time here. Alright, we're good. You can make that. It's not that fast. It's kind of fast, but it's not anything like crazy. It's kind of sketchy though, because none of this collision is great. A lot of the collision in this game is just really rounded. So that happens. I want this life. Thank you. Platform when you can just cheat. And that's that level. Actually one of the more enjoyable levels in the game. Alright, Grave Danger, the last level before the final boss. So there's kind of two big skips in this level that just stop a lot of backtracking. This level is super easy dying though. Namely because stuff like that happens. We're gonna wait. I actually want to grab this life. So the end of the level's right there, but we have to take a roundabout way to get to there. Because we can't jump around any of this, despite how obviously it looks like we could. Pac-Man and his dad, Namco, said, no fun. No fun allowed. So, we gotta take the long way. So to do that, we're gonna grab this apple, and we're gonna die, so we can death warp back. We're gonna open this, which is gonna open this bottom part. Now you're gonna see a melon in the background. We want that melon. But instead of doing like the whole roundabout way with a switch, we're just gonna do that. Death warp back up. And then here we go. Getting at the end of the stage. I'm not gonna rip down these things. I don't trust them. Say goodbye to the faker. And now we got Pac-Man. Alright, so this Pac-Man fight is kind of a doozy. So there's several phases to it. There's 3 phases to it. I'll explain it as I go. But notice that I haven't rescued any of the friends. So if I die near the end, I can lose upwards of like 3 minutes, maybe more. So let's hope Pac-Man doesn't be a jerk. So we're going to hit him here. Now we're going to drag him close to the ledge. Oh no, that's not good. So we're going to angle him so that he keeps running towards the edge, ideally. He kind of just does what he wants sometimes. So that's what we want to do. That's the first phase. So the next phase, he is chrome. And remember what I said, that if you want to attack an enemy that is chromed, you need chrome yourself. So he's going to shoot out a bunch of cannons, and then we're going to pick up the chrome that eventually shoots out. He is, you can do this in one phase, in one cycle. However, it's kind of tight. I'm going to go for it, but I'm not going to make promises that I'm going to get it. So that chrome ball is there. So I'm going to buy like as much time as possible with the chrome ball, so I can get as much time as possible for these hits. So we're going to wait for him. Yeah, no. That was close, though. It's just a matter of timing the hits precisely. Now that we don't really have to worry about doing that, we could just kind of like... And then last phase, he's gonna go like really big, and we're gonna have to damage his limbs like separately. So to do that, we are going to have to damage his limbs separately, and then he'll fall over, and then we can hit his head. You can butt bounce on his head, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be rev rolling up his arm to his head, and we're gonna go from there. The safest place to attack his limbs is just to spam on his heel and then just spray like that. Okay. You have to roll in between, like, the spikes on his wrists, or else you're just gonna hit them. That's another 3. Just do this 3 times, and the talk is dead. So, it's not exactly time on the final hit. There's a quick QTE that happens. Nice skeleton. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now we'd get ready on time, right about here. So once the QTE flashes, that'd be time. Time. 108.54 is my final load list time. And that is a PB by 1 minute and 4 seconds. I don't know how to feel about that being a PB after not touching the game for like 2 months. Oh, man.